Dior.
What's up, y'all? Welcome. If you are new, welcome back. If you are a returning subscriber, this is Saving Stuff with Stephanie, where we are saving for future goals. We're cash stuffing to maintain financial discipline, all in hopes to become debt-free ASAP. And in today's video, we're going to go ahead and knock out our monthly budget overview for the month of November. So if you like monthly budgets, stick around and keep on watching. All right, you guys, welcome back. So yes, it is the 15th. It is the middle of the current month. So what I try to do is I try to go ahead and get my monthly budget overview for the upcoming month ready before I actually start to pay the bills or set aside money to pay the bills for the next month. You guys know I will be getting paid next week, and that check will pay or start to pay a lot of the bills for November, and we'll be budgeting for that paycheck as of tomorrow. So we want to make sure we get everything where it needs to go. So we have to knock out this monthly. Yes, we are already in the month of November. It's just weird to say that, but here we are. So the first thing we're going to do in today's video is we're going to go over the calendar spread. As you guys can probably see, there is a lot less on my calendar this month, and the reason for that is because I am transitioning my personal plans and all my personal things into a personal planner, and it is a classic size planner. So I'm enjoying it. I'm working on like dimensions as far as the paper goes, and I am going to finish out my budget for 2025 in the big, but I am going to be, you know, slowly transitioning over into the classic. So, you know, there won't be too many personal things included within the calendar spread going forward because I have, you know, somewhere to actually put that information now. But we are going to go over a few dates that are on the calendar for November. And then, of course, you guys know we will be going over the goals and, of course, doing the monthly budget. So there are very few dates in November. Nothing really major is happening. We don't have any birthdays for the month of November. All of the birthdays are done. We do have election day on the calendar on the 4th of November. Did want to make mention, November the 2nd is daylight saving time. I do need to get like a sticker for this because y'all know that's fall back. We get an extra hour of sleep. I am looking forward to that because this time change, it really hasn't changed, but you can tell that the days are getting shorter. With my schedule changing, it does really feel like fall, and I'm sleepy. So an extra hour of sleep is always much needed, especially around this time. The other thing that we have scheduled for November is Veterans Day. That is on November the 11th. Shout out to all the veterans. And then Thanksgiving, of course, is on the 27th, the last Thursday of the month. I do have a new bill, you guys. I have Netflix now. Because it is cozy season, I will be in, you know, I'm in normally anyway. But because I did want to have something to do outside of, you know, just leisurely watching budgeting videos, I did go ahead and give me a subscription to Netflix. It's only $9 a month. Y'all know I don't really have any subscription, so I guess it's a treat myself type of situation. At least I'll have Netflix. So there is a Netflix bill that's listed on the calendar spread, and it is also being budgeted in as well. So that is it. This little savings challenge here is here just in case I need an additional savings challenge and want to, you know, throw some money here like we kind of did for September. I do have one for October as well that will be utilized if needed, but that is my little doll for November. Okay? All right, you guys, let's get into the budget. I did do somewhat of a pre-budget, but I'm going to go over it with you guys. All right, so we're budgeting for the month. I am a bi-weekly budgeter. I do get paid usually twice a month. The amount that I normally budget for is $2,600. So let's put that on here. All right, I am not accounting for any side hustles or anything miscellaneous. So $2,600 is the overall income. But I do have a few bills, and I will put also those bills on the screen so you guys can see that a little better. Okay, So my mortgage for the entire month is $616. I do split bill that, so every pay period I pay $308. I do have an Instant Ink subscription, so I do actually have a subscription, but it's Instant Ink. My Instant Ink subscription every month is $9. My car insurance is $66. My student loans are $130. My water bill, normally, you guys, my water bill is $35, and I am going to budget $35. But my water bill for the month of October, y'all, was $14, and I spent or sent $35. So if, you know, nothing changes as far as the amount of water that I normally use, you know, goes up or anything, I should either have no bill for my water bill, being that it's been paid with the overage that I sent in for October, or it should be very low, like $3, $4. And I did that on purpose because the $35 that I normally budget for water, I want to actually spend or use a bulk of that to go towards cell phone, just to make sure I have enough to pay my cell phone bill and maybe up my plan a little bit if need be. But I am going to budget for it. And then, of course, we'll allocate it, you know, elsewhere once we actually know how much the bill is. I do have a safe home security system. It is $48. Netflix, again, is $9. My utilities is $193. It is the same every month because I am on budget billing. I have a Ring camera. That is $5. I pay my life insurance, which is $17. And my Xfinity internet is $85. So we're going to add all of these numbers together and see what my monthly fixed expense amount is. So $616 plus 9, 66, 130, 35, 48, 9, 193, 5, 17, and 85. All right, so my monthly expenses, fixed expenses, is $1,213. So we're gonna put that here, $1,213. All right, so my variable expenses, these are just expenses that can vary. I do pay tithes. My 10% would be $260 for the month. Sorry, y'all. Okay, my grocery budget, I usually do $300 every pay period, so that's $600 a month. Household, I will be doing normally what I do or have been doing, which is only $10 a week or $40 a month. Gas is kind of changing back to what it was. Next week, which is the 20th, is the last soccer game. So the reason why my gas budget has been kind of high, I wouldn't say high, it's just been more than what it's usually been, is because I've been having to drive to the soccer field and back multiple times during the week. But once the soccer games kind of concede, then my budget for the gas can go back to what it was. So I am going to be budgeting $15 a week or $30 every pay period for gas. So that would be a total of $60 for the month. I am not going to be budgeting anything towards spending, not purposefully, because y'all know I am trying so hard to try to get this savings challenge goal completed. And then I don't have to do anything for eating out. So we don't have to put anything there. Self-care will be getting $30 because that's my haircut for the month. And there is something new that I am going to include in my budget for the upcoming months. And that is Help a Human. And I am going to be putting $20 a month or $10 every pay period toward that, because I just feel like that's necessary, that's needed. Especially we're coming up on the holiday season. You know, if I can help anybody, $10 is not much, but I mean, it could do some good somewhere. And maybe, you know, along the way, I may be able to add more to that as we go. But I think that's a good start. I won't be budgeting anything for entertainment or miscellaneous. So if you add these amounts, let's see, 260 plus 600 plus 100, because that's 40 and 60 plus 50. The total of my variable expenses is 1010. All right, so we have our expenses down. So let's see what we have to work with as far as our sinking funds and savings challenges go. So let's see, $2,600 minus our fixed expenses minus our variable expenses leaves us with $377 to allocate. Off top, I want to put $300 towards savings challenges. Off top. So let's just do that now. $300. So that leaves $77 for the month. Okay, so where will the $77 go? I've kind of played with a few numbers, but I think I kind of got it where I would like it to go. I am going to put $20 in car maintenance, minus 20. And that's because I may need an oil change somewhere, either the end of November or December. And I just want to make sure I have what I need in that envelope to do that. I'm not budgeting anything for car registration, but I am going to budget $20 for cell phone. Even though majority of this money here that I would use for the water bill may go to cell phone, just in case, you know, it's not actually what I think it is, I'll still be able to pay my cell phone bill because it is due at the end of November. That's what that is. Pest control, I do also want to budget $20. And that's because my pest control will be due at the end of December. And I do not want to be stressing about that. So the more I can kind of throw and pad that just to make sure I'm going to have what I need. My pest control every quarter is just $75. So as long as that is in there at the end of December, I'm fine. And we have $17 left. So I think I'm going to put nothing here. I don't have to put anything else for lawn care because we should be done with lawn care. I actually still have $5 in that envelope. And I think I'm just going to leave it in there until next year. Mother's Day, nothing. Utility sinking fund, I want to put the 7 in here. Because I don't think I budgeted anything for utility sinking fund for October. So I think I want to do that. You know, at least something needs to go in the budget for November. So that leaves $10. Don't need anything in any of these envelopes. But I am going to put $10 in home maintenance. That's where the last 10 will go. HSA automatically gets 18 every pay period from my payroll check. I don't actually factor that into the numbers because that comes directly from my gross. But as you can see on the calculator, that leaves nothing. That is 0. So my sinking funds and my variable expenses will total up to, well, y'all hear 0. My sinking fund, my sinking funds amount is $77, and my savings challenge amount is $377. So we'll go ahead and put that here. And hopefully, if we did it correctly, the numbers pan out correctly. Okay, so $2,600 minus $1,213 minus 10. It is not that funny. Minus $377 does 0 out the budget. So let's go ahead and put all the numbers here. All right, so what is the overall expense amount? $1,213 plus $10. Okay, so 2,223. All right, 2,600 minus 2,223 minus 377 is 0. So that's it. I don't know why my zeros be looking like 6s, y'all. Okay. All right, so that does 0 out the budget. Now, as far as overage goes, because I did mention I normally get over $1,300 every pay period, so there will be or usually is some type of overage. What we do need to go ahead and do is decide where that will go beforehand, just so we don't get off on a tangent when we do actually get paid. So, of course, first and foremost, ties will get the overage based on the 10% that, of course, you're supposed to pay toward ties. The next things that I think probably would benefit the most from the overage will be car maintenance cell phone, pest control, and utility sinking fund. And the order in which I think I want to make these priority, ties would be number 1. Number 2, I'm going to say cell phone. Number 3, I'm going to say car maintenance. Number 4, pest control. And number 5, utility sinking fund. So that's how that will work. So if my actual is over the $2,600, these are the 5 categories where that overage needs to be allocated, just to make sure everything gets a little bit more, if possible. Okay, so that does pretty much finish up the budget part of the video. And you guys know, in all of my overviews, we go over some goals. So let's do that now. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, so this is my November goals page. I do have a few goals here. All right, so first and foremost, I always have a savings goal. As you guys can see over there, the amount that I did set aside as far as a budget goes was $300 for savings. But I do want to have a savings goal of $450, and that does sound very far-fetched because that's a whole extra $150. But I don't think I'll be getting a YouTube payout for November. However, we're going into November, and that's peak season. And y'all, if they give me an opportunity to work overtime, y'all already know I will be working overtime. So that's where my mindset is with that number. I picked $450 because of the season that we're in. Overtime is usually allotted, and I'm going to work it if it is. So the savings goal again is $450. You guys know I did make a goal to do the Zip It Challenge. I did actually just order the book last week, and it should be here, I think, Friday. So I haven't actually started it yet, but you guys know I shouldn't actually have it finished until the end of November anyway, because it is a 40-day challenge. So hopefully, if I get the book at least by the 20th, by the end of November, I'll be able to actually say I was able to finish it. So goal number 2 is to finish the Zip It Challenge, and we'll talk about it. I mean, once I finish it, we'll go over, what it all entailed. I'll make a few notes, and if it's a book that you guys find interesting, then maybe you should, maybe you can grab it. And then lastly, of course, you guys know I am set to finish my Bible goal, which is to read the entire Bible for the year 2025. There are some books on here, but as you can see, there are also some check marks on here. So I've already finished Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter. Now, these were books that I was supposed to just start in November, but I have already started reading these. And to be honest, I'll probably finish 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and Jude before the end of October. So, with that being the case, the only book left or to finish outside of Revelation, which I am going to read in December, is I need to finish the remaining chapters in Psalms. So I am going to go ahead and probably finish out those 4 books before the end of October, and then I'll be finishing out Psalms for November, and of course the Zip It Challenge, which does correlate with the Bible as well, if you guys weren't aware, for November. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm looking forward to November because it's the holiday season. I'm ready for it to kind of cool off. It's a cozy season, and I just hope everybody just stays safe and have fun and kind of enjoy it. I know everybody does not enjoy the holiday season. I know a few people, I myself, kind of suffered with seasonal affective disorder, which is SAD. So if you're one of those people that's kind of hesitant about going into the fourth quarter, I get it. But just try to stay as optimistic as possible, you guys. Whatever you can do to keep your spirits up, do that. And let's just get through it so we can get to the spring. Because y'all know this spring, summer is my favorite time of the year. Okay? All right, you guys. I think that is pretty much it for the monthly budget overview. So if you did make it this far in the video, but you have yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Smash the notification bell so you're notified when I upload another one. And I will see you guys tomorrow, when we'll budget for the very last check that I'll receive in October. Okay? All right, you guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Bye.